Good day, grade 11s. My name is Patience Ngobeni, and I will be sharing with you today's lesson, which is called Stress, Change, and Crisis Management. Now, let's get right to it. Let's start with our Did You Know for the day. It is said that for you to grow, you must embrace change and accept challenges that come with the change. And according to my research, 79.7% of businesses need to apply changes in their business environments every 2 to 5 years for them to remain competitive in the market. Now that's interesting. In today's lesson, you must be able to explain the meaning as well as the causes of stress. You must also be able to discuss the importance of stress management in the workplace, or in other words, why it is important for businesses to manage stress. You must also be able to suggest the ways in which employees can manage stress in the workplace. And then you must be able to define the term crisis and also give examples of what crisis is. You must then also be able to recommend the ways in which businesses can deal with crisis, or in simple terms, when crisis happens, what is it that businesses need to do? You also need to outline the internal causes of stress as well as the external causes of stress. You must then be able to identify the causes of change. Now, if we look at our concept map, these are the concepts that we are going to be covering in today's lesson. We will look at the causes of stress, crisis, change, as well as what is it that causes change in the workplace. For our pre-knowledge question, you must know the ways in which individuals can manage stress. Let's get to our pre-knowledge practice for today. Explain the meaning of stress. Now, while I give you a few seconds to think about it, remember that when you are asked to explain, you need to elaborate further on what you are saying. So when we explain, we do not just list, but we explain in full sentences. Now let's check what is the meaning of stress. It is said there that stress is defined as a mental state or an emotional strain that results from a negative or demanding circumstances. Now as you read this, you can tell that stress is something that is negative in the workplace. The strain can affect your memory or your concentration, as well as the overall productivity in the workplace. So if you are stressed, you are less likely to be productive, which means you won't do your work to the best of your ability. Now let's look at the terms and definitions of new words that you will come across in this lesson. The first word is unconducive, which means making a certain situation or outcome unlikely or impossible. We also have the term conflict, which is a difference or disagreement or disharmony or clash, very importantly, between persons. So this is one or more people. We also have the word unforeseen, which means it is not anticipated or predicted. We also have the term stressor, which means it is something that causes a state of strain or tension. We have a power outage. Now you might be familiar with this one. It is the loss of the electrical power supply to an end user. So an end user in this case would be you who is receiving the electricity. We also have what we call experts. Now these are the people that are very knowledgeable as well as skillful in a specific area. We have what we call an employee turnover. This is the percentage of employees that leave the organization during a given time period. We then have retrenchment, which is when a business cuts down the number of its employees to reduce costs. Lastly, we have what we call restructuring. So this is the act of organizing a company, a business, or a system in a new way to make it operate more efficiently. Now, I know that sounds like a lot, so I am going to give you a few seconds to internalize these new words as we head to an ad break.